Process validation is a critical concept in the pharmaceutical industry. Successful validation activities ensure that processes and products meet the required quality standards. This video will present the essential steps required during a process validation project. Also, different validation approaches and critical areas of operations where validation is required. When do you need to perform process validation? When you adopt a new manufacturing formula or method of preparation, you must take the necessary steps to show that it is suitable for routine processing. Through process validation, you can demonstrate that the process consistently yields a product of the required quality. For example, if your site is licensed to manufacture, test, and release paracetamol tablets with a label claim of 500 milligram and a range of maximum 2% variance, all relevant processes and systems used to manufacture those tablets must be validated to demonstrate that the concentration of all tablets fall between 490 and 510 milligram. How do you perform process validation of a formulated product? Let's consider the manufacturing process for tablets, a common pharmaceutical dosage form. Following is an overview of the tablet manufacturing process where validation is required. 1. Development of tablet formulation. Tablet formulation includes active pharmaceutical ingredients, APIs, excipients, and other necessary components. You must ensure the formulation meets efficacy, stability, and safety requirements through validation studies. 2. Raw material procurement and testing. You should only procure APIs, excipients, and packaging materials from approved suppliers. Each batch of raw materials undergoes testing for identity, purity, potency, and other quality attributes to ensure compliance with specifications. 3. Blending and granulation. The formulation ingredients are mixed and granulated to form uniform granules. The granulation process should be validated to ensure the powder blend's flow properties, compressibility, and content uniformity are meeting acceptance criteria. 4. Tablet compression. The granules are compressed into tablets using tablet compression machines. During validation, produce evidence that the compression machine can transform the granules into tablets of the desired size, shape, and hardness. 5. Packaging. Finished tablets are packaged into bottles, blisters, or sachets. Through validation study, you can generate assurance that the packaging materials are fit for purpose. The tablet strips can meet stability requirements and patient convenience. 3 stages of process validation. Process validation is performed in 3 stages. Stage 1. Process design. You should define your manufacturing process at this stage based on the knowledge gained from development and scale-up activities. Stage 2. Process qualification. During this stage, you should evaluate the process design to ensure the reproducibility of commercial manufacturing. You should assess whether the designed process can always produce products with the desired quality attributes. Stage 2. Continued process verification. This is the routine production stage. You have to generate ongoing assurance that the routine production process remains in a state of control. As a manufacturer, you are responsible for achieving high confidence in your production process before releasing batches for commercial distribution. This assurance is based on objective evidence gathered from pilot scale, commercial scale, and laboratory research. Types of process validation approaches. 3 types of process validation approaches are prevalent in the pharmaceutical industry. Approach 1. Prospective validation. This approach establishes documented evidence that a piece of equipment, process, or system will do what it purports to do, based on a pre-planned series of scientific tests as defined in the validation plan. For example, before commissioning a tablet filling line, you must prepare a project plan and a validation protocol with specific tests, parameters, and acceptance criteria. Once the validation is passed, you can introduce the filling line into routine production. Approach 2. Concurrent validation. In this approach, an existing process can be shown to be in a state of control by applying tests on samples at different points throughout and at the end of the process. Taking the example of a tablet filling line, you can conduct concurrent validation over several routine batches. Collate and analyze all the data and outcomes to demonstrate that the process is performing robustly as intended. Approach 3. Retrospective validation. In this approach, you must establish documented evidence that a process does what it purports to do, based on a review and analysis of historical data and process performance. You should methodically collect and analyze historical data and records from the tablet filling line. Document the filling line's performance to establish confidence that your process can generate outcomes accurately and reproducibly. Essential steps of process validation. Step 1. Develop a validation master plan. This document outlines the approach and scope for validating each element of the manufacturing process. Step 2. Prepare process validation protocols. The protocol defines validation requirements for each element outlined in the master plan. The protocol sets the stage for rigorous validation testing of the equipment, facilities, and systems. The protocol outlines the critical process parameters and their acceptance criteria. Step 3. Identify prerequisites for process validation. Before validation can begin, certain criteria must be met, including approved formulations, qualified equipment, and validated testing methods. Step 4. Select the validation approach. Prospective validation is typically the default method for new processes, but concurrent or retrospective approaches may be justified based on project needs. Step 5. Conduct worst-case and challenge tests. By deliberately challenging the process with simulated changes, its robustness and tolerance limits can be defined, ensuring reliability in real-world conditions. Step 6. Determine matrixing or family approach to process validation. Instead of validating each product individually, a matrix or family approach should be developed to validate the process, ensuring consistency across related products. Step 7. Perform validation testing. Tests are conducted under conditions mimicking routine manufacturing, focusing on critical process steps and homogeneity studies to ensure product quality. Step 8. Document validation activities. All documentation and raw data generated during validation are considered GMP documentation and must be retained for traceability and compliance purposes. Step 9. Manage changes. Any changes impacting product quality or process reproducibility must be documented and evaluated for their impact on validation status and stability testing. Validation studies offer a remarkable level of assurance, ensuring that your manufactured products are safe, pure, effective, and of high quality for human use. For robust validation practices, it's imperative that pharmaceutical companies strictly follow the guidelines set by regulatory agencies like the FDA. If you have any questions or want to learn more about this topic, please visit our website. Check the link in the description below. Our blog provides free, in-depth information on process validation in pharmaceutical industry. Subscribe to gain access to hundreds of well-written GMP documents library. Use the link in the description to reach us.